We're back, gentlemen. It's been an interesting week. It's been an interesting couple of fucking days. But we are back. Sit your podcast down. McFly, Reek, G, all here. Um, I am actually here. A little bit of Henny on ice because it's been a good day. It's been a good week. This is straight Henny, guys. There's a little ice in this, so it's a little weaker, but it's Henny, and I'm excited. So, election. What do you guys think? How do you guys feel? I don't know who you guys voted for. I don't want to make any assumptions and shit. But, let's start there, I guess. What are your thoughts?
Right guy won.
The right guy won. Yes, I would agree. Would you?
Yes. It's I would say the most interesting thing during this entire election week that I saw.
Okay.
It's how the Hotep's always talking about how they like their racists in the open.
Yeah.
And I think one of the most interesting things that I saw was how many Hoteps are secret Trump supporters.
Dude, I was gonna do it. I didn't want to do it. I ain't want to be that. But I literally got it. If y'all seen the Twitter, if y'all seen our handle, there was some discussions with some of these. Well, no, I'm not saying I'm pro anybody, but why are you only bashing Biden? I don't see no bashing of Trump. It's like at least he trying to work with us on getting the bag, and I'm just like, are you sure? Are you sure you're just not with that MAGA hat underneath all of that? I just
Right. Like it was really interesting to see. Like when I saw them starting to say Biden cheated and the numbers are this and that, and it was like, a lot of y'all really exposing yourselves like a lot.
Exposed is the right word. Absolute right word.
I mean, but people like Tariq Nasheed and Umars and all the other stuff. When you make your
his Twitter was
I
embarrassing.
mean, yeah. But I always looked at it like, if you make your money off of racism, why would you want solutions for it? It's like, for them, it's like, if Trump is still in office, then I got more content. I got more stuff that I can put out.
What did she say? I didn't see it. What did he say?
Just scroll down that joint, man. He was calling Uncle Tom's, Uncle Ben's. Let me go to
Butter biscuits. Like, he was one of those people telling people not to vote.
Yeah,
like he was going hard with the numbers and this cheating and all this other stuff. This doesn't look right and blah 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 blah. Like it exposed a lot of Hoteps, like
calling people slaves because people were singing. Black people get when they get happy, they just start singing, and he just calling people coons and slaves and dancing in the middle of the street and throwing out Negro spirituals. He was just everything offensive he could probably say. He said it.
Yeah.
I don't get. I guess my one thing, and I literally, I had like a rule in my house, like for the longest. I don't want to watch CNN. I don't want to watch MSNBC. I just old black folks in particular. I'm not sure if y'all seen that, but with y'all parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, whatever, it's like CNN's on all day, all day. It's like how we may watch sports or ESPN or something all day. They watching that all day, and I was like, yo, just see, I know come election night, I don't want to see this shit. Like the night, I don't want to see it. I just don't care. Cause I kept thinking he gonna win. Straight up, he gonna win. I know he gonna win. I don't care. And then after a day or two, and then realizing there still wasn't a call yet, I actually started watching it myself, and I watched more CNN than I ever watched. And not just CNN, I turned on Fox News, MSNBC, but I made sure I got a good mix of both. And I got to admit, regardless of how you feel about who won, if you're out there talking about there's evidence of election fraud or any shit like that, you're fucking stupid. If you are out here and you are convinced that something nefarious is going, you're fucking stupid. Like, if you listen to the actual reported information from both sides, it at some point you got to just be like, I'm mad he won, but at some point it just has to be your response. But this conspiracy theory shit, and we weren't given access to see. Like, listen. First and foremost, I think blacks in general, hotep or not, y'all gotta start realizing some shit. We're not all gonna agree. Stop demonizing the other side. I thought it was good that Biden said that. He said, don't demonize the other side. Like, let that shit go. And I feel like, especially with black folks, we can't afford too much disunity, if that's even a word. We can't afford too much of that shit. We are already splintered as it is. So this shit, like the him and others put on, like, nah, because clearly it's this and clearly, nah, that's all bullshit, dude. But if you really sitting there trying to convince me of that shit through fraud, you sound fucking dumb. Now, if you want to just say, you know what, I kind of thought he was still good for us, even though he said some things I wasn't happy about, all right, I can respect that point of view, but I saw a lot of just, after my initial, oh, wow, he actually did lose, I saw a lot of just dumb shit to back him up, and I was just like, this is why he got elected. Because enough of you want to avoid facts and truth to just make up a narrative that makes you feel better. And
this kind of goes into, like, I was arguing with some people about data and tech and the world not being ready to handle tech and not being educated enough to know what's coming to them. And I was arguing with people about data and like just people just don't get that they're being targeted. Like, you are being targeted. I'm being targeted. Everybody's being targeted based on their based on their internet persona, right? So you can literally go create a new profile, start liking alt-right stuff, and you'll get targeted for alt-right stuff, right? Like, this is being done to you on purpose, and like trying to tell people that, you know, I don't know how to word it, but like, you're being marketed, like you are being manipulated and marketed to. So take everything you see with a grain of salt, even if it looks like it's true. Take it with a grain of salt.
Absolutely. Be
conscious, and I've been arguing with people like all week about that. I'm like, you just can't take things for face value anymore on the internet. You got to go. I almost said do your own research, but I actually don't want people to do any more research.
Because they won't do it, or they'll half-ass do it.
Yeah, or they're just going to go to their little circles, you know? They're going to go to their little hubs and find the same stuff that validates what they were already thinking.
I think you should. That's why I think I like watching like Fox. I'm like, let me go watch some shit that I know isn't going to just say what I want to hear. Let me go see what they're saying. So when you go to the opposite side of the aisle and they're just like, yeah, you know, the president said this, but we've seen no proof of that. Yeah, because Fox at the end of it,
dogging him.
They were like, yo, like, first off, they called one of the states early. They were like, when CNN wasn't calling, they were like, we're going to call this, it's over. And they were like, yeah, we've seen no proof of this. And I'm like, damn, like, I won't say Fox News is all bad. There's some that were just on some stupid shit. But a lot of them are just like, yeah, there's no proof of the shit that he's saying. So even us as journalists, we can't just be like, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. So I was like, all right, you know.
The credibility is most important. So like the Fox newscasters, like the people who actually do news, they were playing it pretty straight, slightly right. But the personalities, when they came on with those opinion shows,
oh, they're the worst. God. The Fox and Friends type crowd, they be the worst.
I was sitting here enjoying it though. I was sitting here like, these idiots.
Dead ass, right?
These idiots are just sitting here, just like, it's so hypocritical, man. It's so hypocritical, and it's not even because I'm on the left, but it's just when you hear them say something, and then you watch somebody, you know how the internet's undefeated. The internet will put side by side what they said like last year or last week to what they said today, and it's like
they literally every issue there's a Trump tweet saying the opposite. Like it was really crazy this week just seeing people expose themselves, and then also just how dumb people are. Like, you know, just the whole process. Because, you know, it was a bunch of black folks that thought Trump, like, you could tell they just thought Trump had it in the bag, and they didn't count the mail-in votes yet. And they were just, it like shocked them, like, oh, you know, they got mail-in votes. Like, yeah, like it was a pandemic. Like, you know, like it was a whole like the main people that went to the polls were mostly Trump supporters. He told them not to mail in votes.
I mean,
idiot.
Did you see Bernie Sanders? They had a clip that resurfaced from him, and he literally said, "Yo, this is what's gonna happen because Trump has been putting in, this distrust of the mail-in ballot system. Watch, they're gonna show up on the day of, right? Because he's been pushing them to show up on the day of. It's gonna be leagues you're gonna see. He even called the damn states. He said, watch in Michigan." And in Wisconsin, literally the clip was 2 months ago. He's gonna have leads, and then because the Democrats have been talking about social distancing, wearing your mask, vote by mail, they push that. You're gonna see that change over the couple of days when they begin counting it, because you're gonna have more mail-in and absentee ballots than you've ever had before, and you're gonna see it change. So it's not gonna be some trick. It's gonna be, hey, this is how they count. And they count the in-person first, then the mail-in. So I thought it was hilarious that everyone was like, all of a sudden, I started losing. No, idiot. This has been said for months how this is going to work out if it goes according to how polls have it projected. The polls are lies. The post office are liars. The people who counted are liars. Everyone's just out to get you in 5, 6, 7 different states? Are you serious?
He went as far, like he pulled the black sheep move from the movie with Chris Farley. Talking about like, oh, he got dead voters. Like, what you?
Black sheep.
These are registered dead people. Like, what are you talking about, man? Like,
I love. There's this black dude. He's the attorney general of either Nevada or Arizona. He was on Fox, and they had him on, and he was just like, yeah. So, cause like one of the anchors, I forget the dude's name, was like, yo, so can you tell us about these court cases that you've had? I think it must have been Nevada. These court cases and whatnot. He was just like. First off, dude was like, well, it's a good day, as my pastor would say. So he quoted his pastor. And then secondly, he was like, so in regards to these cases, they had 4 court cases against us. They lost every single one of them. he was just laughing and talking about what they tried to say. I guess they mentioned this one thing about the lady that said she was denied the ability to vote, whatever, because she went in. And they were like, no, they had a mail-in ballot for her. I guess what happened was she did send in one. She was convinced that she didn't send in one. They showed her ballot. She said, oh, wait, that is my signature. They said, do you want to challenge it? Do you want to make a statement? She was like, no, that's fine. No, I don't want to challenge it. And there was nothing else happened of it. But the Trump people quoted it like 4 more times. There was voter fraud there where she was denied the vote. No, there wasn't. So I love that it's just black dude on Fox News. He was just like, yeah, I'm not usually on here. Because I guess the follow-up question was, well, we have seen that there's reports that there's been multiple election frauds in your state. He was just like, no, let me correct you. That's never happened. We have no cases of that. The 4 cases that they brought, they've lost. And if they want to bring more cases, that's fine. We'll beat them again. And I was just like, oh, shit.
Just like, even if there was, they could only name like 10 people.
Right.
Like,
right.
No sense.
Like, it's not enough for you to win this election. Like, it's like they didn't even know their own numbers. Trump's sitting there like, oh, we won the popular vote. All right, what was your numbers? We won by a lot. Like he literally said, we won by a lot.
By a lot.
It was like, what are you talking about, man?
It's been. I have to admit, one of the fun things after it's called was just seeing all of the funny things that was happening. I mean, obviously he was saying stop the count when he was already down in states. So if you stop the count now, you're gonna lose. And then to see like the people coming back with all these stories and like, I was just, oh man. They sued in Pennsylvania for getting closer. They were saying they weren't getting access. People were like, no, they were just too far away with the Democrats. They wanted to get closer, so we let them get closer, and that was it.
He's an idiot. Like, the crazy thing about it is, if his dumbass simply just didn't tell his voters to go in person, he probably would have won. Because if he would have,
there's enough dumb people.
Yeah,
or been closer. Right, or have been closer. But it's enough.
Been closer.
Yeah, it'd have been enough dumb people that would have did it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, he had people actually drunk bleach because he said so. It's like, so I'm pretty sure he gets some people to mail in some votes.
Yo, his most staunch supporters almost follow him blindly. And I think
they do. Yeah,
they do.
And that's what I think they were saying on why other Republicans haven't been like, yo, dude, can you calm down? They're worried because his base is so strong. that if he comes out in a year and is like, yo, that's my guy, that dude may win. That's how strong of his voice is. So I was like, that's just crazy. They're so shook at him because they're worried about their political livelihood, which I mean, I guess that's how that shit worked, but I want somebody to be like, yo, can y'all stop?
It's a cult. He has a cult following. Like, that's what it comes down to. Like, he has a cult following. Like, they'll listen to whatever he says, even though he's making up 75% of what he's saying.
It's 75.
Like, easily.
So question, how do y'all feel? I had this conversation with a lot of people, but how do y'all feel about, or how do we change and help people voting against their best interests? I'm speaking of, obviously, the Trump supporters in the middle of America that probably have it worse than us because we're in a city, right? We're in the city. We're probably lower middle class. We're all right. These people in the countries where, you know, their only job is a factory that's going to get shut down, voting against their interests. How do we flip those people? Are they flippable? Like, what happens?
I mean, I think it's education. Like, not to be funny, there's a reason that more Democrats and liberals tend to be from cities and college educated, whether they're white or black. It seems that the more you tend to know, the more you typically realize this party really isn't for me. Because for all of the rights talk about, you know, the left are elitist and, you know, they want to, you know, take from you and they want to put themselves on. Like, think about it for a second. All the dudes who represent the middle of the country, they're the elitists. They don't live like how the farmer lives or how the local small town, you know, family lives. Like, they don't understand that shit. So I think you got to just educate and explain in clear language how shit works. Like we talked about it last time. We talked about like the whole what Obamacare is, right? People hear, oh, I hate it. I hate Obamacare. You break down the provisions in Obamacare. Most people, 80% of people are just like, yeah, that makes sense. Pre-existing conditions, prenatal care, staying at parents' insurance, you're 26. Like, a lot of this shit makes sense. But when you put a name like Obamacare and you say Obama hates you because you only watch Fox News and they're just like, he wants to take away your job and take away your insurance, then you're like, well, fuck yeah, fuck that guy. That guy's an asshole. That's what you know. So I think you got to just try to explain politics in layman's terms to people. And I think that's the problem. Can you get that on a wide enough scale? But I mean, I think most news outlets speak the language they want to speak. Fox knows.
Yeah, I mean, that's
how they talk.
Yeah, and that's always what made the media so powerful. They know how to spin a narrative to certain audiences. So it kind of gets difficult to make them understand what's really going on. I mean, you got like Trump grew up and lived nothing like the people in his base.
Nothing.
But you know, like, but he knows he'll just act like he's Joe Working Man and then put out those narratives and then they'll just follow along with it. So it's like you said, like they have to be educated, but it's almost like, how do you declutter a cult?
I think Biden's a good example of that. I mean, I think in a sense of you need people who can reach across the aisle. And I think that's what Hillary couldn't do. Hillary gave off this elite socialite, like you know, he called his supporters deplorables. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think you need somebody that can do that, that can really understand, hey, I come from what you come from. Right? Biden had the son that went to the military. Like, I understand what it had to be a military family, to lose a child. Like, I can relate to a lot of people beyond just I'm vice president or beyond, you know, I'm this well-off guy. Now, I didn't start off like that. And so I think maybe that's what you need, more of that. But beyond those things, man, I don't know, man. But what do you got a great plan, G?
I don't know if I got a plan, but I think so I've been going hard. I've been listening to both sides. I've been trying to hear what everybody's thinking, and it's tough to me because if you have somebody in a county that is Republican, that's Democrat run, and they hear that their taxes are going up and they don't see any change immediately in their area, how could you tell them to vote Democrat again next? Even though it makes sense that Democrats are probably just going to be better than Republicans based on policies. but what they see with their eyes don't match. I mean, I could say the same for both parties, but like,
Fair.
how do you tell somebody that's been voting one way and nothing has changed to continue voting that way?
Well, I think for the Republicans in the middle of the country, you got to ask them, how great is your life right now? Because middle of the country, we see it every year. Every election is red. It's a sea of red, and you get to the coast and the big cities, and it's blue. So ask yourself, John Farmer in the middle of the country, are you happy with what's happened? Because if your local leadership has been Republican, if your senator has been Republican, if your congressperson is Republican, and let's say the long country road ain't been fixed, or whatever ain't been fixed, or the farming subsidies ain't came in yet, and this is something you wait for 5, 6, 7 years, at what point do you realize, oh shit, I'm mad at the Dems in Washington, but there's some Republican assholes right here that haven't done shit for me, except continue to collect the check, being a senator for 20 years, 30 years, whatever it is. So I feel like you got to be real about yourself, and just, again, you got to know what you're looking for. Most people don't know. Like Ricky always said it. You don't know your local shit. Like, how can you,
right.
You know what I mean?
Right. And you're dealing with a population who pretty much believes anything they're told. So that's one of the biggest issues there. Like they will literally believe anything that they're told. So, I mean, you're dealing with a gullible group of people. Yeah. Anybody that would drink bleach or consider drinking bleach because somebody said so that it would cure COVID. You're dealing with some morons.
I mean, look at your boy Herman Cain, rest his soul, but man, my man died after they said you should have had your ass out. Listen, he died at a rally, because of his experience bullshit at a rally. What the fuck?
Yeah, I saw on CNN. I think they were interviewing a Trump supporter that was at a Trump rally. Yeah, and this was like early COVID when, you still have people saying COVID ain't real. Ugh. And, Trump had those rallies, no mask, all the other stuff.
Right.
And Trump was saying like, oh, it's nothing to worry about, blah, 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 blah. And he came out, this Trump supporter, and he was like, oh, I know a couple people that died from the virus, but, if Trump says it's not real, then it's not real. like, what do you, like, crazy, these are people that, these are people that you're dealing with.
And you know what? He can, it's funny. He can also, I don't know if y'all saw the SNL. The SNL was funny as shit last night. I don't know if y'all caught it. Yo, Dave Chappelle was talking about it, but, think about it like this too. The whole COVID shit, he downplayed it, whatever, right? You were a big supporter of him, you believe him. But as soon as he got that shit, he got helicoptered to the hospital and took an experimental drug cocktail that you can't even get, regular Joe fucking schmo, which by the way, also contains stem cells, which is something that y'all big life begins at conception people wouldn't approve of. He took the most liberal type medicine cocktail ever, got healthy, and was back home and threw it in 2 days. Meanwhile, even people in his own base is getting sick. Chris Christie ass was in the goddamn ICU and shit. He wasn't out in 3 days. So I'm like, this is the dude we talking about. He's going to say, fuck the rest of you and do my thing. I'll be good, but will you be good? And clearly you weren't good if you were over 200,000 people in this country so far. So to me, that alone means the fact that he got 68 million votes or however many he got is fucking scary. Yeah. When you consider the fact that he literally, at least a part of his incompetence led to why this pandemic is as bad as it is. I think we need somebody that can go in and say, like you said, G, hey, why'd you do that? Let's talk about it. Let's have a discussion just to understand your reasoning why you thought this dude was a good fit to continue running this country. I just
feel like people just have an impression of America that isn't true, man. They did a poll where they asked people on both sides, what's the most important issue? And Republicans voted the economy, and Democrats voted just like people, like healthcare and safety. and
COVID.
It's like I don't know how you beat somebody that they're living in a fantasy world where they can be rich tomorrow, when the likelihood of that happening, you're probably more likely to like get hit by lightning than be rich tomorrow.
I mean, and be rich because you voted Republican. Like, you can't do it voting Democrat. Like, why that even make sense? Like, most of the breaks in, like, I saw a funny tweet or a funny series of tweets, and I guess this dude was talking to this chick, whatever, and he's like, did you vote? I guess the chick was like, yeah, I voted, and she was like, I voted for Trump, man. Can't have my taxes go up. And he was just like, or maybe it was a chick, yo, but you're like a waitress at Outback. Like, what do you like? I'm cute, and not to say that waitress at Outback don't make a lot, but like,
yeah, it doesn't even
this
apply
tax
to you.
code isn't applying to you. What are you talking about? But in your mind, taxes up bad. Democrats make taxes go up, so ergo, Democrats are bad, and that's just all you hear. And I'm just like, that makes no fucking sense.
Dude, there's so much. I get so pissed at Trump supporters. I'm not gonna like it. There's so much out there that is like not debatable. Like, these are facts. There's no media messing this up. These are words from his mouth, from his face. These are documents. These are like receipts. It's like,
now we're gonna deal in fake theories.
It's insane. You say you're into globalists. Well, Trump wants America to be great again. Trump is going to bring all his business to America. Yeah, but Trump also did all these special deals with China, right, for his hotels. And it's like his daughter is literally working with them. His daughter is literally getting patents from them. It's like you're saying contradictory things and you're supporting him because of one thing. And he is clearly openly doing the exact opposite.
But he's the greatest president of all time, apparently.
Dude, I watched a video where they had 100 legit scandals that Trump was in, and out of the 100, about 50 of them were like real. But like, that's 50 of them out of 100.
50 scandals still. Like, that's still a high number. Like, it's insane.
Well, I mean, speaking of people who support Donald Trump, I have a question for y'all. What becomes of people like these two? Like, should there? I mean, like, should something happen? Because I think, okay, on the one hand, people have their opinions, and that's fine, right? But when you seemingly stand against the majority of the people who support and buy your shit, I tend to start feeling like, should that hurt you? If you're not really for the culture, should that hurt you? I don't know. I'm off Kanye, period. But I'm more so on talking about Wayne. And I don't listen to Lil Pump. I don't know who in their right mind does. But I guess you can. I don't know who got that new Lil Pump.
What is Lil Pump?
I don't even. Dude, I don't even know.
Is he white?
I think he like Hispanic, but they vote for Trump. I will. Did y'all see that shit? I won't vote for Donald Trump. I was like, what the fuck is going on? But okay. They voted for him in higher numbers than I guess normal, whatever. But I'm saying, like, I don't know. For me, man, I want to say that what you do personally doesn't affect your standing in the culture. But we know that's not true. What you do does matter, especially if you do it to your people who are putting you on. Like,
well,
put y'all on. Y'all may get fans everywhere else now, but if the culture doesn't embrace you, you're nothing. I mean, that's just period. So I mean, I don't know what your thoughts are on that.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of them are broke.
You think? Well, Kanye is apparently a billionaire.
He's not.
I think Pump is definitely broke and irrelevant.
I think Wayne is broke.
I think,
and not like
that may be,
yeah, and not like and broke, not like rich people broke. Like, you have nowhere near what you had or what you touched. I think Kanye's in that same boat too. Like, I mean, I know what he says and all this other stuff, but you look at it, it's like, especially if you Wayne, because Wayne you don't really see him having a lot of ways of making money, besides touring and all those type of things, and also getting raped with his publishing. It's like,
does he still not own that stuff, or does he finally own it now? Does he even? I know he had a case against Baby and he won, But does he own all his shit now? Because I feel like I don't see him do nothing.
I don't know. I just have a strong feeling he doesn't have no money.
That could be it. That could
You
be.
know, and I think a lot of it, you look at those rappers, they going in like, I mean, I'm pretty sure Trump had in his budget, you know, to get endorsements from, and especially when you look at how a lot of the black folks were, like, it wasn't hard to get any of them. I don't think it was difficult at all. Like Cube went on that side, even though he said he didn't endorse him, but he went on that side just for him saying, "Oh, I'll meet with you. You know, give me your platinum plan." You know, he's just
I think I can excuse Cube somewhat because I think he's been consistent. Dudes like, and I guess Kanye been consistent too, but Kanye just been crazy from jump.
Wayne
Dudes
been
like
consistent too.
Huh?
Wayne been consistent too. Wayne been like this for a while.
Wayne, according to Wayne, there's no racism.
I mean, but like that. But no, but see, that's actually not as crazy to me for somebody to say that stupid shit, because for Wayne, it probably isn't the racism for him. He's Lil Wayne. So when he walks in somewhere, he probably doesn't feel like that. But I was surprised to see the glowing endorsement for Trump, though. That was interesting.
I think, like, for him to say that, when you grow up in a city that literally has plantations for tourist sites,
it's the worst. It's my favorite city. I wear their logo. I would never take an opportunity to move there. Like, there's no way I'm moving there.
So it's like,
I bleed gold and black. I'm not going to Louisiana.
Yeah, like it's like there's no way for you to honestly, even though I think, like, you're right in a sense, as far as, like, you know, for him, his stature and being a celebrity and all that, he hasn't really experienced it. But I think at the same time, he doesn't know when he's experiencing it either.
Yeah, so he strikes me as the type that wouldn't know. He would just think, oh
yeah, he's Carlton Banks when they got pulled over by the cops. They were just doing their job.
He said, I would have pulled him over.
Right, I would have pulled him over. They were just doing their job. They were following the law. Like, dude, he's that guy.
He was adamant too, but you know what? It speaks of privilege. I mean, Wayne been rich since he was like 12. You've been rich forever. You've been a rapper forever. You never experienced life like a normal person for the last 20, 30 years. Like, yeah.
Right. And that's the crazy thing when they look at these rappers and Cubes and Waynes and Kanye's and all this other stuff and people following behind them. And it's almost like how Trump supporters follow him. Like, they don't live your life. They haven't lived that way. They've been rich longer than they've been broke.
Absolutely.
So it's just like,
absolutely,
they're pretty far removed from, you know, the everyday normal struggles that people are going through. They're just trying to, you know, the who else? Like, I'm just saying in general, like, no matter what side they were on, you know, our celebrities, our artists, Q, Puffy, you know, Charlemagne, like all these type of people sitting there trying to speak out, and you can tell when they speak, they really don't know the issues. Because I
don't think anybody at election knew the issues. Because, I mean, like I said, I even went to go try to read them. I'm like, yeah, this is too much.
Yeah, they don't know. This election showed how easily manipulative you can manipulate people, or how manipulative it is out there in politics. Because everything they put out literally had no real substance to it.
Nothing.
Nothing.
That's true.
It's all narratives.
Hypothetically speaking, is there a scenario where our rappers that were built by our culture supporting a Republican could benefit the people that follow them? Is there like a scenario where, you know, they're doing it for the money? They're doing it because they don't want to get taxed, right? Like, that's probably the reason. There's probably no other reason other than they just worried about their pockets. Is there a scenario where that tax break? So the Republican idea is trickle down economics, and if you give tax breaks to the rich, then it'll trickle down by jobs created, right? Is there a reality where that happens?
Well, I mean,
No.
I'm a history major, and I can tell you right now that trickle-down economics has never fucking worked in the history of fucking economics. That's gonna be bullshit. You know, honestly, you're talking about trickle-down economics. In reality, what should happen, and I don't want to get too, analytical and shit, but really what should happen is
Go in.
give all the tax breaks you can, but you need to demand all American industries bring their shit back here. No more made in China, no more made in Korea, no more made in Mexico. If you want to manufacture a business, you need to have at least half or 60% of your manufacturing plants here that pay skilled labor wages here. Because
isn't that what Trump did technically though?
No.
Well, that's what he said.
Yeah, he didn't do that.
Yeah, see, that's
that
what
didn't
he
happen.
said.
That's what I'm saying.
And
If you made
and that's the thing, like he'll say that.
Yeah. Like if he did that shit, it'd be one thing, but that hasn't happened in 30 years. I mean, because you want to cut margins. So you go to China, like everything's fucking made in China. Like iPhone should be made here. And you should be paying triple that to your workers. You pay the Chinese workers, but you don't want to do that shit. You know why? Because you want to remain billionaires and have billionaire CEOs. So
I just wish people would just fucking understand what words are being used, because you could say, oh, Trump raised the economy. Yeah, he did it through deficit spending. Like, that's probably the worst way to raise the economy.
It's the worst way to do it.
And by the way, he improved the economy. I love that.
That was already going up.
I love that Obama said that. The economy literally was already in that trajectory. Yeah. He just didn't fuck it up. And as a matter of fact, it gained more under Obama than it was. It continued to gain, but the gain slowed. He said, the greatest economy we've ever had, you inherited that, dude. You didn't even build that shit.
Right.
Build it again. You never built it in the first place. This is the point. Just like your empire, as far as real estate, you never built it. Daddy built it. Your dad is here to fucking. You didn't build shit. So I don't want to
fuck it up a couple times.
Daddy built it, and Daddy had to bail him out.
Right.
Yeah, bail him out a few times. He messed it up a bunch of times.
So I mean, like but again, like that's so. Rick, let me ask you. Have your parents given you guys millions of dollars to build an empire with?
No,
because my parents are dead.
Well, there you go. I mean, that's what we're dealing with right now. We don't have that shit, so shit doesn't happen. It's like, what the fuck? Like, that's why I don't know how he gets votes. I'm gonna go back to that shit. But either way, to your original point, G. I mean, I think Cube was going for that. I think Cube was saying, you know what, fuck it. If I'm gonna do a Republican, let's get the bag, everybody. Do I think
Cube was dumb enough to actually believe?
Talking out Cube. Yo, my man tried.
It's murder week time, man. Look. Cube, see, it's like I try to get Cube. You're supposed to be smarter than this.
Is he?
Right, and I had to start questioning that. Is he? Because I used to think that Cube was smarter than this. Like, listen, Cube actually thought that Trump was going to give him $500 billion for black issues. Nothing specific. The platinum plan with bullet points.
I read that shit. He didn't outline a damn thing.
And you remember what I told you? It was a 2-page PDF with sentences.
Right.
Not paragraphs.
No problem.
$500 billion to you. To you, just you, Q, to you, to distribute. Like, it's like, come on, man. Like, you actually believe he was going to give, he's sitting there and say, hey, I'll promise you whatever he'll promise you whatever he's going to promise you just to help win this election. Oh, you want to meet? Well, we'll meet. I'll give you, here's the platinum plan. I'll give you $500 billion. Where are you getting that from?
And
you want to be attorney general? Hell yeah, sure. Fuck it.
Yeah.
And I think when they were saying that Trump did better with blacks than ever before, you gotta wonder, is it because he got the Waynes, the Kanyes, and the Cubes to seemingly be on board? Like, as much as I hate to admit it, they carry. You say nah, yo, Kanye got 60,000 votes.
I think black
That's
people
60,000 more than he should have got. I'm
we're
just saying.
overall as a community in a unique situation compared to every other minority, where literally every election, minus Obama, and even the Obama era was like, it was like a gridlock the whole time. So every election, it literally feels like nothing happens to help us. So black people are out here like, shit, we got nothing to lose. Let's just vote whoever. I don't give a fuck. Like I said, me, I was like, shit, Gang said he was gonna give me $1,200 a month. I don't give a fuck what his policies are. Give my money.
Right.
It's like
you ain't did say that shit.
Yeah.
And it's
But
like,
and the thing is, what black folks gotta understand, like with every other demographic that gets stuff from the presidents or whoever, they all like chip in, and they have a base, and they said, okay, we want this, and then we'll support you this way.
yep, they lobby, they spend
They
the bread.
right. We don't do that, and we just got our hands out.
I think ADOS does. I just think they gotta fix their messaging.
Yeah, but it's
they gotta fix their messaging.
But it's like, who would they get to represent us?
I think they're working on that now. There's
Umar?
like my home. No, not see. That's the thing. They don't fuck with people like that. That's my homie. I know you trolling. My homie talked about it. He was like, listen, they're actually working on like building up that type of base because
donations.
There isn't
donations
that we get. There's no
donations.
We do need some. I mean, honestly, Umar wouldn't be a bad mouthpiece, man.
Nah, you wildin'. You wildin'.
He wouldn't be a bad mouth. I'm saying if
dude said
if bravado and screaming is all you need, then I think we could do worse than Umar. I'm just saying.
There's more white
like
people in America than black people, and he's on some kill whitey stuff.
Right.
Has he? I mean,
Umar, like this is for Africans only.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not gonna let that ride.
Like, listen, you gotta think about this. Can you sit there and feel comfortable if Umar is negotiating for you?
I mean, what's he negotiating?
He's negotiating stuff for us, for black folks.
Like money in our communities?
Right, just whatever.
Yeah, the problem with his message is he pretty much don't want white people to exist in America.
Right.
If you married to a white person, if you half white, if you look at a white person.
And
it's not gonna fly.
He hasn't done well with his own stuff.
That's not gonna fly.
And he's had money.
I mean, but then who you need a Cory Booker then. Maybe you need a Cory Booker. Let's just throw him out there.
Okay, right. So it's like, okay, so if we were like, all right, we're gonna get behind Cory Booker and he's gonna be our mouthpiece and one of the people that represent us, that's something that the other demographics do. So like the gays with Obama, they came up a lot because they lobbied, they put a lot of money behind them. So it's like when he got elected, y'all helped me. So I have no choice but to help y'all because y'all funded it. Y'all funded a lot.
But your boy Biden said, could we saved his election? They're like, yo, African Americans, you with me? You know, I owe you. Now I just get somebody to come up and be like, yo, President-elect, you owe.
Right. So, but that's what you come in with yeah, right. And that's what you come in with a plan because you got his attention. It's like, hey, I wouldn't have won without y'all.
No,
so I owe y'all.
We saved his campaign. He was dead in the water, and South Carolina was like, yo.
But in 4 years, we know what's going to happen. There's going to be a gridlock in Congress. Everything's going to get
right.
Everything's going to get blocked. Like if we don't win these 2 seats in Georgia, shit, we ain't going to be doing half the thing. Everything that we do is going to have a Republican tint on it because we're going to have to go to the other side to get them to vote for it.
You know what I would say, though? It's important enough that it's being asked. Because I think it's a process, but as far as it getting done, but I need to hear that on the books. I need to see that being fought for. And maybe, apparently him and Mitch McConnell go back. So, you know, maybe he gets some back alley deals done. I don't know.
But, I mean, we'll see. Because, I mean, that's the thing a lot of people didn't understand with Obama. Nobody has that much resistance for any policy than him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Even within his own party. They're just like, nah.
And when we had the chance to do it to Trump, the motherfuckers got a super majority. Couldn't do shit about that.
Couldn't touch it. Couldn't fucking touch it. They got to figure out a way to knock them seats off. That's what they got to figure out. How do we get, like you said, G, these people who vote Republican that's not helping them by doing it? Why? Let's figure that shit out, and then we'll go.
So before we change topics, how do y'all feel about Kamala, first Black woman vice president? I'll say that I was watching it with my daughter. It felt kind of good. My daughter was hype. My wife was hype.
I think we got to put to rest that she's not Black enough conversation.
People
I
still
think
saying
that's
that?
I think that's that was a big thing. I think ultimately you gotta be excited. I mean, G, you got a girl. I have a little girl. I mean, when you tell a kid, man, you can be whatever you want. There's always this narrative like, can you? Like, yeah, I mean, because like you don't want to say it, but in the back of your head, you're looking at and me and you. We all worked in education to some extent. You guys a bit more than me, but like I've always been like, yo, man, you tell them and you feel it, but in the back of your head, you're kind of like, until Obama, could you have been president? I don't know. Like, just keep it a buck with you. Like, look at, I mean, there's been at that point there had 43 presidents.
I mean,
not one looked like me, you, or G. And in
if
most cases, they were racist. So it's like, what the fuck?
If you're being honest, working with a lot of these kids, a lot of them, you don't even think they're gonna make it past their neighborhood.
Yeah, shit, damn, bro.
Yeah,
that's heavy. Nah, don't do that.
Like this is
this is a celebration of murder. We is out in the full.
This is like you look at them like, yeah, this is where this is your ceiling.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. No, it is, and like to keep it in the realm of like some seriousness, that is the main reason why like I really want people to understand the importance of local politics. It sounds cliche, it sounds corny, but like look and like you said, Reek, like we might need to just lobby and get somebody to like invest in the inner city schools, because people will come up with these plans to go to the school systems and all the money will go to the suburbs, and it's like, and then they'll say, well, when we put money in the schools in the city, it doesn't help, it doesn't work, it doesn't benefit, we don't get the numbers. And it's that type of stuff that we need to be prepared to lobby against and try to solve.
Right.
I mean, if you made teaching in an inner city school a $80,000 job, and you had to hit certain marks to remain a teacher, so you can't just phone that shit in every year, you'd have the best fucking school systems in the world. Period. If you paid money and you didn't let them stay without that tenure shit, you wouldn't. You know who stops that shit? People that pay teachers and then teachers themselves.
Doesn't setting a criteria of marks to be hit impact the kids more than it helps them?
I'm not saying necessarily marks. I'm saying you can have criteria based on the teacher. So don't make it based on like the kids, so you just make them cheat. You know what I mean? Like I think there's ways to do it that it's like, no, how committed are you? Like when we have review boards, are you engaged with the kids? Are you doing the shit you're supposed to? You know what I mean? Like that kind of shit. Because kids are gonna pass or fail, right? Most teachers will tell you, and I mean, Reek, you probably say this shit. If I teach you this shit for that 1 hour,
you really got to hear how Reek talk to these kids.
I can imagine. I've been around Reek a little bit to know I'm not surprised about anything. But I do think if the parents don't help, obviously kids are gonna have bad grades. We all know that shit. If you go home and you do not study, you're gonna come back and I know this shit tomorrow. Period. So I think that's not all on the teacher.
They didn't know it before they got home.
I mean, yeah, that's also part of the problem. That's part of the problem too. But I do think, again, put the marks on the teacher. But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
That's another topic for another. I can go in on schools.
Oh yeah,
like
we need it. We need you to.
Yeah, because it's a lot of, the biggest issue, especially with the inner city schools, having like raising the wages for teachers would be great actually, because the stuff you go through, you definitely don't feel like you're paid enough.
No, like, it's a social worker or
pretty
nurse, depending on where you are, or EMT. Like there's just certain jobs
Therapist.
I think that and social work. There's certain jobs are just like, man, you better love this shit for the love of the fucking game. Because if you don't love this shit, you're gonna be mad every day.
Yeah, and you stop caring, and then you start realizing most of these kids ain't gonna be much of anything. So why am I going hard at this? Because one issue just starting at home is the lack of respect or importance of school in general with a lot of kids. Like you coming home, you're dealing with kids whose parents do not care about education.
That
So
is the
why
biggest issue.
Right.
If
So
your
it's like,
mom
why
don't
would
care, I can't get you to care in these 6 hours that you here. Like, it's just
right. So it's
doesn't
like
matter.
you're dealing with that, but then also at the same time, the teachers, especially teachers and police are the hardest job to get fired from.
Oh yeah. 100%.
So because they're the most
strong ass unions, man.
yeah, they're the most protected jobs. I don't think it's any coincidence either. But you can be a piss poor. It's been stories of teachers that literally go to sleep and they don't get fired. They just say, yeah, go take them, send them to counseling, and try to get more sleep at night. Like they can't get fired.
Yo,
you might have to kill a kid to get fired.
Yo, G,
we got a teacher fired.
G, I don't know if you know about this one at Tech.
Yeah, we got. I know you're talking about. We got a teacher fired at Tech.
Which one?
What happened?
Miss Coffee. I know her name too.
No, not that one. I had another one.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
we had a history teacher.
He didn't get fired. You remember? I can't say the name because damn shit that may be out. Yeah, so not say that name. Do you remember the history teacher? I think we were like juniors, and like her brother took over one of the classes.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude like shot up in class.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he didn't get fired. I couldn't believe that shit. I was like, he was like a long-term sub.
Yep.
He was a long-term sub. She was on maternity leave. If you from Tech, you know what we're talking about. Long-term sub. And he was cool. And then one day he was mad cool. He's my favorite teachers as far as a long-term sub goes. And he was just acting weird one day. He was like, yo, what's up with your boy? And he literally shot up in class. We were like, what the? And we went to a good high school. It was a really
And that's to the point that, like I said, we did get a teacher fired. We got it because she was teaching BS. Like she was spelling country. She was a history teacher. She's spelling country wrong.
I do remember.
You know what I'm talking about, right? It's like
I do remember that shit too.
I didn't get her fired because I was gonna get an A.
Right. Yeah.
I used for that shit.
Easy,
whatever.
It's an easy class, sound to me.
Yeah, but the overachievers, because we went to a school for overachievers, so the overachievers got her fired because they wanted to actually learn.
Shit. That's funny. So yeah, bad teachers, bad cops, bad politics. How do you feel about these two? Can we just cancel them? Can we just cut them off, please? Just.
I personally, people might call me crazy. I was never really a big fan of either of them to begin with.
Oh, we ain't gonna get there. We ain't gonna do this. We're not even gonna do this. I'm not. I mean, that's fair. That's also fair.
Either of
Wayne or Kanye.
Really?
I was especially Wayne. Like I was never.
There was a wave. There was a wave. I'll give him his flowers. There was a time when he was the hottest man on the planet. Period. It may not. You can argue how long it was, but there was a time. I would say between Carter 2 and Carter 3, and maybe in the Carter 3, he was at times the hottest man on the planet in terms of rapper on the planet.
That's fine.
Okay.
But to me, 75% of the stuff was trash. So,
I can get behind that. I like his freestyles. No, I like his freestyles.
Yeah.
See, when I think
his
about it,
freestyles was bananas.
Yeah, he can rap. Like his freestyles are sweet.
I think Carter 2 and Carter 2 to me is better than Carter 3. Honestly, I think I'm in the minority on that. I think Carter 2 he had bars.
I don't get the hype with Carter 3.
Carter 3 had more commercial hits.
The only one I like.
You said Carter 3 the only one you liked?
It might be. Let me look at what's on Carter 3.
Yeah, because I was never a fan of any of his albums, really.
Yeah, that's a Millie. So yeah, that's probably the only one I really liked.
Carter 2 I thought was hard. I think Carter 3 had more commercial shit. A Milli was tough. You Ain't Got Nothing was tough on that. The shit with him, Jewels, and Fab.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he had some shit on there that was like the shit with David Banner was cool. Let the Beat Bill was he had some fire on that. But like as far as forget like the names on Carter 2, it was just him spitting.
Yeah, I'm looking at Carter 2 right now. I'm like Reek. It's like,
man, I would say this:
if they cut Wayne's catalog, I'm not mad. I'd be mad at the features, but
go play Carter 2 and Carter 3 back to back. I think you're gonna hear better bars than Carter 2.
I think I'm good on that.
Go fuck you.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's just not his albums just not that good.
I'm saying like
average. If like there's a grade level for him, they're B minus albums.
So where's he at right now then? With everything that you know about him, forget the other shit. Rapper, where is he at? Top 10, top 20, top 30. I think you're not gonna give him top 10. That's why
He's lucky if he cracks my top 30.
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
I don't know where he's.
Really?
It really depends on my mood, though. Like if I'm
top...
in a
no, like
no, G, I'm gonna give you some time to finish, but no, you're trying to tell me right now you know 30 rappers that you rather hear
than Wayne?
Yes,
I could probably do that. I could probably name that.
You gotta sit down and think about it, though. You can't name off the top of the head.
I want to hear 20 right now. I want to hear 20 right
think
now.
About it, but it's probably
15, 20 names.
Before I get to Wayne, before I want to listen to
15, 20 right now. And I better not hear no Bubba Sparks. I better not hear. I better not hear no Chingy. You better give me.
No, ain't none of them on there. Before I get to Wayne, if I want to listen to Wayne.
And no R&B either.
No, I wouldn't put R&B.
Chris Brown don't count.
I wouldn't put R&B.
Black Tie don't count. I'm telling you right now. You don't have 15 or 20 names. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
You don't think I can name 15, 20 names before I get to Wayne?
20 right now at the rip? No, I don't think you can do it.
I think he can easily give him 10 minutes. He can easily name.
Okay,
yeah, we'll come at you. You give me some time. I could probably. I'm
gonna come at you in 10 minutes. You better have 20 names because I think you full of shit. I'm sorry, 20 names.
Let me like. I can just go through my iTunes.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I'm looking at my Spotify. Yeah, I'm looking at my Spotify.
I'm sorry. That
before I listen to Wayne, like I should make a playlist of that before I listen to Wayne.
Y'all bugging.
Publish that list.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Wayne, like, don't get me wrong. Wayne's just not my era. Like my brother is big into Wayne.
Okay.
Before Drake came, Wayne was the greatest before Drake came to my brother.
Yeah, like I could just start with the A's. I would listen to AZ before I listen to Wayne.
Oh shit.
Bugging.
I would. I would.
I mean,
that's what I said. I need to hear that. That's what I'm saying. I need to see this.
I like AZ.
AZ, like, would you say Wayne has a better album than Do or Die or Asiatic? No.
I would say Carter 2.
You can make the argument. Yeah, I don't know about
maybe
people will say Carter 2. People could say Carter 3.
Okay. My B's now. Beanie Siegel, I would listen to before Wayne.
I would.
Benny, I would listen to before Wayne.
Sure.
Big Pun, I would listen to before Wayne.
Facts.
Big Sean, I would listen to before Wayne. Let me see. See?
I don't know about that one.
I like Big Sean, but I don't know.
I don't know about that.
So
Big Sean's a rapper that I never want to hear pretty much any day.
Big Sean?
I'm just boy.
Yeah, it's something about his voice, man. I don't know.
I will say that his voice can get annoying.
You got 3. I'll give you a couple more minutes. Come on. You in iTunes right now. I think you already gave me 2 I don't agree with, but that's for whatever. Your preference. Wow.
I would listen to them before Wayne.
Man said AZ and Big Sean.
Yeah. You know me.
just
I would. Before Wayne, I would listen to them. If you give me, hey, Asiatic or Carter 2, I'm listening to Asiatic.
Any of the main members in Dipset, I'll listen to before Wayne.
Any of the main
members, Jimmy, Cam, Jewels.
Busta Rhymes, Cam.
Okay, I was about to say if you drop out Freaky Zeke, I'm gonna be
No.
All of the locks, Sheik included.
CNN, I would
Sheik
listen
included.
to before Cam.
Even
before
Sheik.
Wayne.
I don't know.
I fuck with Sheik heavy.
Like
And my man and Jimmy Dukes, Salter, he do his beats. So
Oh, he
by
does?
default, he do all the locks. Not all of them. He do a lot of the lock beats.
Oh, word? Cool shit.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I'm in my C's now. I'm not gonna go into the underground artists. I ain't gonna say nobody like Chinks and nobody like that.
I got Candace
CNN, Cameron.
Cassidy.
I wouldn't go Cassidy. Clips, Conway. Starting to get a little sci-high.
Yeah, Man, your man's at like 8. Like I said, you ain't got 30 lives.
I'm looking at my list.
C's.
Yeah, I'm looking at my list. I got a lot more than 30 now that I'm looking at this list, and I'm not even trying to like shit on Wayne.
Yeah, guys. Y'all guys.
No, we're not. Like these people. I'm telling you, these are people that I would listen to before I put on Wayne.
Wayne probably has like 1 or 2 songs that would make it in my rotation, and they're troll songs. Like they're not even the good ones.
You know what?
DMX, been the D's.
Dude,
how many is that? Is that like 10?
Barely.
Dre.
Drag on. Whatever. You know what?
Dr. Dre, Drake. I'm in the D's. Starting to it's getting ugly. I'm getting close to 20. I haven't even gotten to the E's or anything.
You know what?
Yet.
All right, fuck y'all. I'm gonna talk about. Let's talk about. Y'all full of shit. I don't want to hear
Eminem.
Please tell me.
Eric B. and Rakim.
I don't want to hear about this shit anymore because you full of shit. First off, I don't believe that one. I don't believe that one either. I'm calling challenge on Rakim. I'm calling challenge.
I would.
I'm calling challenge on AZ.
Fab.
I'm calling challenge.
I'm not even gassing you. I would listen to D12 before I listen to him. Not even lying to you.
Fat Joe.
Where can I cut your feet at? Where can I cut
your feet? Fabio. I listen to him before I listen to Wayne.
You're also a Trump supporter, so good job there.
I'll do it Freeway.
I ain't listening to Freeway for him. you just name it. You're not listening to Future for him.
I don't really like French, so I'm not listening to French. I
would listen to French for Wayne.
No, you wouldn't. Why?
Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
Stop lying to the people.
I'm telling you.
You lying to the people. It's not okay.
French got good albums. I'll listen to French
Most Wanted. I'll listen to them before him.
Who?
Philly's Most Wanted.
Bro, you can keep that shit.
G-Unit, Future.
I mean, if you don't care about bars.
The Game.
Nah, I ain't doing that one either.
Come on, The Game.
You wouldn't listen to The Game before Wayne?
Yeah, early Game was out there.
No, I wouldn't. Not Game.
Please. What album? What Wayne album? What Wayne album? What Wayne album was better than the documentary?
I would say 2 and 3. You can say it's debatable on 3, but I say, I'm saying 2 had heat. I'm sorry.
It wasn't better than documentary.
All he did was dick ride for 18 tracks.
They were fire tracks.
They were not fire tracks. The documentary is the reason why he had one good album, because 50 gave him all his old shit or unused shit.
He had some good. Jesus Feast was good too.
He just dick rolled for like 15 of them tracks. 50 put me on. Dre's my father. Busta Rhymes on our team. We even got Eve. I'm just like, could you say something else? Oh, dick ride and flow. They weren't good songs.
It's a lot of people. I'm looking at the list and it's like
Ghostface.
I'm looking at names. I'm looking at like Young Jock. I honestly listen to Young Jock over him right now.
I'm done. Okay, you know what? We talking about Young Jock? No, we done. No, I'm done. If you're gonna sit here and tell me you listen to Young Jock, Jock,
Ghostface, Cube.
Oh, now you listen to now Cube in the rotation, huh? Platinum Planet all.
Wayne ain't in my rotation.
Yeah, ridiculous. I don't believe this shit.
Yeah, I'm looking at my rotation's kind of delinquent though, so I really can't put that out in the public. But
Kiss. Yes, I will listen to Ja before Wayne.
Thank you, G. Stop playing. Let's stop playing. Let's stop playing. He making up. He not.
No, for me, I'm trolling mostly. But for me, like if I'm in the Dipset era, if I'm in the mood to listen to Dipset, I'll listen to Wayne. Like that era, that mixtape Dipset era, I'll listen to Wayne. Other than that,
Wayne just raps.
And if I said mixtape era, if I'm just
that's all he just rap.
Like Dipset never. I don't even know what chorus they had. Like they literally just had a sample for every chorus, and then they just start rapping.
Like Wayne, it's like I can't picture a time like, man, I feel like listening to some Wayne.
But you can picture a time. No. But you can picture a time when you want to listen to some Ja Rule.
Yeah.
Nah.
All right.
I'm not with you.
Yeah. It's true.
No.
I'll put Vinny Bitty Beachy on before I put on any Wayne album.
I'm done.
I'll listen to Bleak.
I have nothing else to say about this.
If anybody wants to battle with Ja versus Wayne, we can do this.
Oh shit!
Yo, I'll take that.
You don't even believe yourself.
I do believe it. We can do it.
That.
We'll do it. All right, we'll do it.
I'll take that.
We'll set it up. We'll put it on the channel.
I throw on Bleak before I listen to Wayne. No, Bleak first album was.
No.
Come on, man.
No. The understanding. No. I'm good.
Man.
I'm good.
Like a regular cat.
All right. We're gonna move on.
You don't want to hear the rest? I'm in the J's.
No, I don't believe you. Because now you trolling.
Because
No, you ain't past 20. I don't believe you.
It's true.
You struggled to get to 15.
No, I didn't.
You know 5 of them were bullshit. So no,
they weren't. They weren't.
I am
Jim Jones. It's like now. If you really think I was trolling the people I really picked before I listened to Wayne.
It's not. I don't. You know what?
I'm like 75% with Reek though. There's a lot of people I put on before Wade.
But again,
Banks.
But 30.
I can get 30 for sure.
30 rappers.
I can get 30 for sure, but I know y'all already don't respect my opinion on music, so it don't even matter.
Nah, I mean I respect your opinion a shit ton more than Reek's now. So
I can get because I can easily pick 30.
Say I'm probably gonna agree with.
It's fine. Like I said, anybody want to take this Pepsi challenge with John?
I have already accepted the challenge. You said Ja Rule. You said Big Sean, AZ, French. Are you serious?
I will do it. 20 tracks.
French got like
get Wayne out of here.
Songs.
Huh?
French has like 4 good songs. Ja Rule has 4 good songs. Big Sean has no good songs. Period.
I will get Wayne out of here.
Not with Ja Rule, you won't.
I bet you I would.
I know what you're gonna play. All of them songs of him singing.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
The murder for life. That's the only song I respect from Ja right now.
That's all you gonna have. All the Ashanti features. Yo, you gonna get.
No, I'm not even gonna do that.
Then you have no chance for real. Those are his best songs.
What are you gonna play with Wayne? Lollipop?
That's a round.
No, it is not.
Lollipop.
Miss Officer?
That's another round.
No, it is not.
A Millie's around. 6 foot, 7 foot's around. Just watch. Watch.
Okay. We can do this.
And then again, if I get Wayne features, if I get Drake features, you're done.
We can do this.
Who you gonna have? Who does John Weaver have as feature?
Jay?
That wasn't his song. That was Jay. I guess you could play it.
It's a feature though.
Whatever. That may be around. Maybe that's your one.
Everybody gets one. Ain't no one.
That's all you gonna get. That's all you gonna get.
See.
One.
We'll see.
You set the time and the place. I'll be there. You're gonna take an L.
We'll do it.
You're taking an L. I'm telling you right now, you're taking an L. Nonsense.
We can do this.
You shouldn't have said Ja Rule. If you'd have said maybe somebody else, you had a chance. Ja Rule, I'll take that battle.
Okay, we'll do it.
Wayne's the top 20 at least. Y'all wild in top 30.
He is not.
Top 20?
In what?
Rapping.
Man, I can't help it.
G, honestly, you not putting Wayne in the top 20? Seriously.
Nah. I don't think so.
You can't.
Top 30?
I mean, I could probably sneak him in there, but it's like it's not a consistent top 30.
I don't know if I believe that. I mean, it's y'all list. I don't know if I.
But the whole thing is, what body of work can you just say like, you know what, that's classic from Wayne?
I think 2 and 3, as I've said. And if 2 good albums don't take you to be a great rapper, why the fuck we talk about Nas?
You can't even compare the two. You can't even compare Wayne with Nas.
Are you
I'm
joking?
not. I'm saying if you only got 2 or 3 great albums,
Wayne doesn't have any great
joking?
albums.
what's the burden of proof to be a top 30?
Are you joking?
He has 2.
Yo,
good
what's his dude name?
albums.
King Von?
Yeah, King Von. Another guy I'll listen to before Wayne.
I mean, he had better bars. That's fair. I mean, body of work ain't there, obviously, and you know, so you can't say that yet. I ain't have much on this. I just fucked up.
Yes, yeah.
Y'all listened to him more than I did. I listened to him a little bit, but not as much as y'all did, probably.
What happened?
No,
to him? What was the scenario?
Well,
from
what I read, it was over. He's beefing with NBA YoungBoys people over, I think, like over a girl.
Really?
Yeah, from what I read. So they got into it, and then I saw the video. You know, Vaughn was putting the beats on the dude, and the dude shot him. Like it's on the video, and it looks like Vaughn's people. Like it looked like Vaughn people was expecting just to knuckle up and just fight, and they didn't expect the gunplay because it looked like when he got shot, like they froze up, like they got shot, like they can't believe he got shot, like 'cause they were just scrapping. So I mean, it was just it's a sad story. And you know when he got shot, the dude tried to take his chain, and King Von wouldn't let it go. So the dude ended up having him to run because that's when the Vaughn's people seemed like they got over that quick moment of shock and they ran after the dude. But it's just like a video. It's like it's sad. It's sad to see.
That shit is crazy. I was pissed off. Well, I wasn't pissed off because I expected it. But your boy 6ix9ine, man, you see he laughed at the shit.
Yeah, I saw that. I
was like something. That's just how you do that shit. Like that shit crazy to me, man.
Like
he doing anything he can to be relevant, and that's why I didn't really want to bring it up. But I couldn't believe that shit, man. But I don't know, these young boys gotta leave that shit alone, man. You getting this money, man. You gotta. I don't know, man. And that's smarter about shit, man.
And you know, 6ix9ine, like he's trolling and trying to get attention, but it always goes back to his point that he mentions, like with security.
Yeah, not your boys. Train security, train shooters. Because as much as you be like, yo, I was in the streets, nah. Get you some ex-military, brothers that's like licensed to carry. So something pop off, they know what's up. Like I swear, like I think I told us before, like Floyd, the way Floyd rolls, he is a prize fighter. He's knocking anybody the fuck out. He rolls with 4 or 5 6'7" giants who if you walk towards his entourage, they look at you like, bro, I will kill you where you stand. You be like, bro, I want to just say hi to the champ. They don't play that. So, like, you would think with that kind of money, man, get you some round-the-clock security because you a target and you in an industry and you play an image that you about gunplay. You about that shit in the street. Like, who cares how it looks, man? Be safe, man. Seriously. I mean, 6ix9ine's right about that, man. I ain't letting you get the chance because he know he could if people gunning for him. He's like, I am out 4 or 5 deep regular. I ain't playing.
Yep.
I mean,
yeah, he played. Yeah, and that's the thing that because you start seeing all these posts like, oh, Pop Smoke dead, King Von dead, 6ix9ine still alive. How does that happen? Because 6ix9ine hires security.
He don't care about the image.
Right. He doesn't care. Like that's the biggest thing. Like you wondering, like you people upset that he's still alive, but he's moving smarter than them, and he's saying he's basically calling them dumb for not doing it.
Which is also weird too that so many people are just like, man, mad he alive. Like, I'm not gonna be mad a man's alive. Like,
Right.
if he that just feels weird to be like, yo, why nobody got him yet? Like, listen, shit comes how it comes, man. I'm not gonna wish death on nobody. But I mean, if you in this position where you know you are at a risk, you gotta kind of act accordingly. Like, don't put your ass at risk. It's just what you do. Do what you can. A lot of these young boys, I don't think they got that in their mind yet, man. You don't see none. You think Jay move without security? No.
Right.
They gonna know what else, and that's what wisdom and experience comes with. He's just like, even if I ain't got enemies, like, yeah, I got them. I ain't rolling by myself. It ain't happening.
Right.
So I mean, I hope these young boys learn a little bit from this, and hopefully they kind of put that shit down, man. It's just not worth it, man. It's just not.
It's not. Should we move on to better news?
Let's do it.
We got the Verzuz battle. I would like to mention that these are also two groups of people that I would listen to before Wayne.
Facts.
That's fine. I just don't care about this battle. It's gonna be boring as fuck. So I can get to the rest.
They have more hits than I think people think, though.
I mean, that's fair, but do they have hits that make you be like, oh man, I
mean, I know Outkast, like, Tribe do too, though. But they're not. I think people know them more for like their more calm hits.
Celebration.
But I mean, they don't do Rock the Bells concerts for however many years. You don't have songs to make the crowd move.
I mean, how many songs would you say they do? I mean, like, I mean, this should be Outkast should win this pretty easily, but
you think so?
You know what it is? It depends who show. Yeah, I think they have. It feels like the people who have the more recent hits typically win, unless you completely change the vibe. Like, technically, like when we watch the Snoop versus DMX shit, it was like DMX had a really good song in like however long, but when that shit hit and the energy comes and it's just like, I don't give a fuck if Snoop play a song he played yesterday. It don't matter. Like, this shit hit. I start feeling that gritty early, 2000s just barking and double R and bikes in the street and shit. Like, nah, it's over. You done. You can't. That West Coast smooth, like, wearing chucks and press, khaki suits ain't gonna do it for me right now. So that's different. With this one, they have the recency in terms of like hits, and then I mean, I don't know, they have more make you move shit, like. And then I mean bars. I mean, Andre has some especially like the last couple of hits. He has some really nice raps. I mean, I don't know. I think it's gonna be them though.
3 Stacks just does spoken word with a couple of drums and bongos.
Listen, it don't matter.
Oh my god, yo, Rick is the ultimate hater.
He did go for that though.
You could tell when he write his rhymes. He write a rhyme and then play his flute in between his bars.
When he dropped a couple of them, there was a stretch where he dropped like just crazy verse after crazy verse, and he was just like, "Yo, man, he a top 5. Yo, he a GOAT." I don't know if I ever got quite there though. I don't know, but
I don't know if he's not top 5. He's more lyrical than people give him credit for, though.
Yeah, he's super lyrical, but he just doesn't have any solo work. And then when he did, he made Prototype and a whole bunch of other. Hey, y'all.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna defend him. I think I like Try Better personally, but I'm gonna defend him by saying I know when you're artsy and you want to express your art, these are the things you want to do.
Yeah, but there's ways to do it. You don't have to wear furry shoulder pads and boots and play the flute.
I know you gonna do that shit.
I'm not artsy, so I won't claim to understand.
what
Yeah, you
artsy
are.
means.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
You are. You artsy somewhat more than me and Reek.
That's terrible for you guys.
Yeah, probably.
Nah, I think I don't like that era of him, but I can understand why he would do that to express his art.
You trying? Yeah. I mean,
So,
I
like,
just.
I think it'd be more entertaining than people think.
yeah,
Because it'd be
it's,
like,
it's memory lane.
yeah, it's gonna be like just
Yeah.
older people in there that's watching, you know, because it's gonna be songs that younger people ain't really gonna recognize from Tribe, but then older people like, oh, when it hits, it's gonna hit. Like when Check the Rhyme come on, like they gonna know,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? Like that's probably an automatic round, but like it's gonna be it's gonna be nostalgic.
See, the thing is, this to me, what it's gonna show is how regurgitated rap is, because Tribe sampled all the old jazz songs. Everybody sampled the same jazz songs that Tribe showed them you could turn into something. So when I'm listening, so I went back and I listened to a lot of Tribe today. Like I told you earlier, I was playing around with it, and it's like, man, like the samples in here that are relevant today, like J. Cole pretty much sampled half of their, like his whole album is half of their stuff. All the, I don't want to say conscious rappers, but all the people that are like woke sample from
Yeah.
them.
That's
It's
they're
just,
the woke. They're on the woke goat Hall of Fame type shit. I'll give them that.
we're gonna see a regurgitation of like kids that recognize the beat but not the song.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I don't know why we have to have this battle.
Okay, so who else would you rather be battling right now? Like a realistic one, because you could say Kanye and Jay and Drake and all the people that.
But why?
People-
But I guess I don't understand why that's not realistic. Because like I mean, Kanye's not like running for president or anything, so
I don't think Kanye.
his
I don't think they want to put a mic in front of Kanye right now.
I think you know what it is. I think if you're Kanye, you do it because you want to get that stupid shit out. But I think also maybe show people why they fell in love with you in the first place, as far as your music. I feel like all I hear from you now is crazy shit. I would love to hear Kanye just hop on the track and just make music that like made me think, man, he's actually talented. That's what I would say personally. But I mean, as far as realistic, I feel like they're going with people who maybe had their time and maybe now they're not as popular. But like honestly, I would love to see Nas do one. I would love to see Busta do one. I want to see Nas do one since he gets ass bust and we can show that he ain't that great. But I want to see him do it.
Who would you have against Nas?
Nas can't do. Nas will not do anybody other than Stop It.
Who would you say?
I said Common. I think Common and Nas would be
Okay.
Common,
All right, bro.
I used to love her. Common,
All right, bro.
go Common.
You troller, big troller.
Listen,
Nas
Common
can't
still
go
raps.
against
Common.
anybody that's not top 5.
Listen, I saw Common.
You're not top 5. Don't get that bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. You know, Nas versus Wayne. How about that?
Wayne would get smoked.
I mean, maybe.
He'll sink his battleship without missing.
Maybe. I mean, Nas gonna put you to sleep.
So is Wayne.
Nah, he got better hits than that.
Than Nas?
He got enough hits that thump that he won't put you to sleep.
Nas do too.
Nas gotta go against Jay. That's the only way you'll get them to come out, and they won't do it.
But like honestly, here's the thing. With that thought process, Wayne, let's say Jay and Nas aren't peers. Can we stop saying that? They not peers. They're not on the same fucking level.
Oh my God.
If you want to, no, get his ass out of here.
Dude.
You know who Jay can go battle? Pac or Biggie.
Where did this hate
He can go
come from?
Pac because I'm tired of
Jay
shit.
not on that level.
Jay is on that level. Are you serious?
Jay not on the Pac and Biggie level.
Jay may.
He's
I
on that
don't
level.
want to say this. Jay may be over big only because of
He
this.
can't because we don't know what Big could have done if he was still
But
here.
we can't play the what if game. He didn't do it, so I have to go with what I know. And I know that Jay-Z has multiple
Jay is where he
classic
is
albums.
because of Big.
That's fine. That is fine. And Jordan's great because of Magic, but who's better? At some point, you can surpass the master as long as you're not named LeBron. Just what it is.
Oh my God, you
Facts.
were just all out trolling.
No, but we want to say that Nas is a GOAT, fine, but Nas is not. Nas.
I'm not saying Nas is a
Realistically,
GOAT,
I would
but
say,
I'm saying he is on the same. Like he wouldn't go against anybody but Jay.
because he think he on that level. I think he could take. I think him and Busta would be fine. Busta spanked that ass, but I think he can go against Busta.
A lot of people are ducking Busta smoke.
And rightfully so, including your boy Nasir. He
Nas
should
is
duck
not
that.
worried about this. He's not worried about a versus battle.
He's not worried about making good songs
unless Jay
enough
talking.
either.
Yeah, I agree. Like, unless it's like Jay, you're not getting Nas to come outside.
See, I think no one else is on par with Nas outside of Jay. That's what we're saying.
No.
So that's to say that he's second, third, fourth of all time.
He's in the top 5.
To me, yeah.
Easy.
Not doing that shit.
Who would like could really go with Nas's catalog right
Yeah,
now?
Especially 20 songs.
Right.
Like
just
if you
20
said,
songs.
If you said 50, I'd have been like, okay, now I got some bullshit.
You're right. 20 songs?
But 20?
Nas is
cool.
like
I've already said this.
Yeah. I mean, LL got a catalog, but it's not.
LL is more important to rap than Nas is to rap. I said it. I believe it. I stand by it. He's higher on the GOAT list than Nas.
I mean, LL does have his place, but you know, they represent two different things though.
Right. One's making good music consistently, and one's every 4 albums. So, I mean, I guess.
Bro, you're doing the hip hop buzzword challenge, man.
No, I'm just. Yeah, I know how I feel about Nas. I've always said that. But I think Nas versus Busta would be good. I think realistically, I know y'all say that he wouldn't come out for nobody else, but I mean, Busta gets overlooked a lot, and I don't think that's
he does, but I just don't think that's a good matchup.
Not for Nas. I don't think anybody has the history really fucking.
I mean, like you got Nas being super lyrical, and then Busta's like rah rah like a Dungeon Dragon. Like it's like. Just doesn't.
That's Nicki. That's a Nicki version.
Yeah.
I was just I wouldn't mind like a new school. I don't know if they have enough songs though. I want some newer people, but I mean I think that's kind of the thing. You need somebody that has like a catalog that's deeper.
Dude, you gotta go Kendrick versus Cole.
But I mean, they have enough, but I'm like, it feels like they want people that are new, that are deeper in the game than that. Like not last 5 to 7 years, it feels like.
They've been out for a long time though.
They have been out for a minute. I wouldn't mind a Cole versus Kendrick. I wouldn't mind seeing Drake.
You're gonna talk about going to sleep.
Yeah, no, it'd be a sleep. It'd be a sleep battle.
Yeah.
Ambient flow all day. I don't know. I want to see people who are gonna have it be like a party, like a yo, get me up and get me going. I think that was the idea of these seemingly other verses. Like I'm gonna get you hype. I don't feel Outkast and Tribe does that for me.
I mean, I get it, but and I think you're right. That should have been the premise of the battles. But then when you see like Gladys Knight and Patti LaBelle doing the verses, and
but again, I feel like if you're gonna do something like that, then do just R&B. These groups is like a verse off of R&B. Like if there is a scale of R&B and hip hop, these motherfuckers is like right towards the middle, really melodic. I mean, shit, Hey Ya is a goddamn pop song. So I mean, at some point they pretty close. I'm like, if you gonna do that shit, do a Brandy and Monica. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, go ahead and just go out and do that. I'm like, for rap, I want to see a little more energy for me personally, for like a versus battle. That's all I'm saying.
I'm trying to think who would I want to see. I honestly wouldn't mind
Locks
seeing
and
like
Dipset.
yeah, but you already know Locks gonna win, so
You said what?
Locks gonna win.
I think it's closer than. Yeah, no, they
It's
don't.
not. It's not.
Yeah, Locks, because you got to put all their solo projects
that's
in there
not. That's
too.
gonna,
So
that's
it's
gonna
like
get,
it's.
that's gonna get ugly quickly.
And then like Dipset is going to start sounding repetitive.
Yeah,
After a
and
while.
they got a lot of songs together, so it's gonna be awkward.
Yeah, that's fair. I would love, or like start doing crew versus crew. I like that idea though. You do G Unit versus Dips, the verse Locks. I wouldn't mind that.
50 doesn't even want to be associated with him.
But that's the thing. But you can't have 50 be like, I'm not bringing in Banks though. Like, no, don't be a bitch. Bring in Banks. Like, you got to bring in Banks. But I wouldn't mind seeing that. And they had beef before, so they could literally play songs where they talk shit about each other. Like, I want to see that. I want to see that energy, man. I don't think I'm gonna see it otherwise. Like, I'm gonna watch this shit, but just be like, yay. I remember when that song came out, and that's, I don't know.
You know, I wouldn't mind seeing somebody like I'm trying to think of people that maybe people wouldn't expect, like Young Thug versus somebody. The Baby. Like, if we try to get like newer people, I like seeing them up there.
I think actually Young Thug would trash him, which is.
I think so too.
I think you would.
I think Young Thug in the future would be better.
Yeah,
that'd be a good one. I think they got similar catalogs. I don't know. They need to. I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, there hasn't been that one that was like bad yet to me. Some are worse than others, but nothing was bad yet. So we'll see how this works. I'm sure there'll be some. I'll get some of the feels, the nostalgia, and all that shit. So we'll see. But I want to see Nas in the battle. I really do want to see Nas in the battle.
When Jay comes out.
Like, no.
Yeah, you're not going to get Nas to just come outside. Nas smokes just 20 songs. He smokes 95% of people. Just 20 songs.
In marketing wise, why would you come out for anybody else other than Jay?
No, I get that he thinks he's as good as Jay.
Okay, most of half.
But I'm saying, but he's not
industry.
as good as Jay.
Look, I will say I will be rooting for Nas. I will say based on his peers in rap, Jay will win. But I mean, that's the only battle. It won't be like a blowout.
I mean, I think Nas versus. I mean, you know what? I'll give you this in terms of guys that were popping at that point and have had the longevity. I mean, well, Nas's longevity is, I feel, shaky, but I mean, he's here.
He's been around since '94.
No. I mean, like, no. I mean, no. He's been here, but he hasn't been good. I mean, he's got 3 good albums of like 30.
You can't help it. You can't even give him a compliment.
You know, it's funny. I don't hate Nas. I just think he's just
albums. Illmatic. It was written.
Illmatic, Stillmatic. No, fuck that. It was written shit. Illmatic, Stillmatic.
How you go?
This
how
last
you just
one.
Skip. It was written. You know what I mean? Classic song that was written.
Because it was okay. Because it was okay. That's why. It was okay. An okay album. He had 2 classics and a couple of okay albums.
It was written was better than any Wayne album.
Let me just go back real quick.
Yeah, what's the next topic, man?
It was
Stillmatic, Life is Good, King's Disease.
It's not no blowout. With 20 songs, it's not a blowout.
It was written.
Nas is lyrical. Jay is lyrical. It's gonna be preference. At that point, people are probably gonna go for Jay. But Nas is not getting blown out.
I think you have to have some. I think because of people like y'all and just Nas fans, you have to have somebody with a deep fan base just in general. But I do think there are a couple people who can beat him. I do think on nostalgia alone, because in reality, Nas should have no chance against Drake. None. Not even a little bit of a chance. But you're gonna give it to him because it's like, oh, it's Nas and
20 for 20.
What?
20 for 20.
Drake smacking him, and I'm not even a bigger Drake fan. Drake's smacking him. It's not even close.
20 for 20.
Him. He's smacking him. Drake versus Nas is gonna be an L.
See, you're not giving Nas credit for what he means to hip hop, and that's where the disrespect is coming.
I don't care about that shit when you talk these tracks out.
That's where the disrespect.
So we pick
is coming.
like 20 songs. Like
I'll take that
so
back.
Drake.
I'll
So
put it
Drake
right
is
now.
just
We can have a personal battle. Y'all pick 20. Y'all pick 20 from Drake. He gonna
Drake's been making the same song with a different accent every CD.
It don't matter. Apparently, you sell more than the shit that fucking Nas made.
I like I'm a Drake guy. I love Drake. But 20 straight songs, like it's if Nas play like Nas is like that's what is Drake gonna play?
I mean, Nas is like, man, I may get him one. I mean, I'm not saying he won't win no round.
But
I'm not saying he won't win no rounds.
The problem is we could go down the list just naming those 20. If we only got to name 20,
right?
We can go down the list and name songs that it's like, all right, this did this for hip hop. This was this for hip hop.
I don't give a fuck about the historical significance of that shit.
Oh my God.
Track versus
but that's
track,
what this is about.
No, it's about whose song is better at that moment. What it makes you feel. I don't want to be thinking this conscious shit. I'm gonna be in the club. What are you talking about? Care about the historical significance of this, man? No,
we could go like
Nas is not top 5. Period. Nas is not top 5. Period. I want to hear this shit about he only gonna battle for fucking Jay. Fuck out of here. He can battle somebody like Drake. He can battle somebody like Busta. He could have battled Snoop. He could have battled somebody like that.
But who would you put up against Jay then?
Against Jay?
Alive, not Biggie.
Obviously, I can't. Yeah.
Because they would just have to go against each other on principle.
I think that's what I'm saying. I think maybe because there's not many people from that era left, I wouldn't mind seeing Jay versus M. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I wouldn't mind seeing Jay versus Dre, but it's not rapper versus rapper. So that's hard. But in terms of longevity, in terms of hits across multiple albums that he's touched on, that would be cool. I wouldn't mind seeing Jay versus Drake because Jay the old king versus Drake kind of the new king. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
See, Jay versus M wouldn't even be fair because Jay would just win by default because people don't.
Not gonna give Eminem the credit. Yes.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree 100%.
I just don't think Eminem has his best 20 can't hang with Jay's best 20.
I agree, but I like Eminem better.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm crazy, Reek. See, everybody got a crazy take. Everybody got a crazy take.
I said I agree. I agree that M is not better than Jay. I just happen to like M better.
How?
I don't like Jay's music.
This is what I'm saying.
I don't like.
This is just Reek. When you align with him on the Nas shit, just know that he says that he prefers Eminem to Jay. And then that shit makes you wonder about your position.
But I'm not saying I'm saying Jay is better than them for sure. I will give you that. Jay has better songs. I prefer not to listen to all of them.
I guess. I don't know if I like that response.
Yeah,
but okay.
If you and Vel should get a list together because y'all hate Nas.
Listen, I don't hate Nas.
I just think list together.
Is he a top 10 of all? I don't hate Nas. If he's a top 10, I'll maybe give you top 10, maybe. But this guaranteed top 5 shit, dude, he's not over Big, not over Jay, not over Pac. That's right now. I don't think he's over Kendrick. I do not think he's over
Yo, come
L.
on, man.
I don't care. I don't think he's over them.
Like Kendrick.
Nah,
what does Kendrick have?
Right. Nobody listens to Kendrick albums.
Yo,
I do.
People hype Kendrick. I mean, that Pimp a Butterfly, it was cool.
Busta.
It wasn't legendary.
Busta's better than Nas. And that's like, I'm just saying, like, what are we talking about?
See, I'm not. Busta's good.
I like
Busta a lot.
I like Busta's new album.
Big Pun's better than Nas. I would rather hear Big Pun than Nas.
He could have been better than Nas.
Nah, he's right now.
He could have been. Nah. Big Pun was on a trajectory. We don't know what would happen. We can't project. We don't know what would happen, right?
Yeah, Nas has just too much classic work. I'm looking at his albums. If we really could go for these 20 songs off, we can just do half of it off Illmatic alone.
I take Snoop over him.
No way.
I would. I would.
Snoop barely beat DMX.
I don't even think he beat DMX.
I would take
To me,
DMX
he
over
did.
him.
Yeah. To me, he didn't beat DMX.
He didn't beat
That's
DMX
what-
me either.
I'm just saying, man. I just think he gets a lot of credit, and I think he gets a lot of credit. To me, he's the guy that we talk about a pun. It's just a pun. We don't know. He was on the trajectory, right? Big on the trajectory, right? They both had like two classic albums, 100% hands down. Right? Same thing with pun. I think one was classic, one was close to a classic, like good albums. Nas essentially did that same shit, and he was alive 10 years longer. There's a problem there. It's a problem there. You hear?
No, but that's your bias because you're not including albums that everybody else considers classic.
What's
Like,
a
it was
classic
written.
album?
Illmatic is a
good
classic.
album.
It was written as a classic.
He had two classics, Illmatic, Stillmatic. The album that's out right now, we can't call it yet. It's got to stand the test of time before you call it a classic. Good album. It was written. Let's say it was a good album, but again, off of two classic albums, maybe one or two good albums, and then a bunch of trash. He's a GOAT.
It's not. Every
let's be honest. He's a GOAT off of Illmatic. That's what no one wants to admit this shit. He dropped the album that was so insane for the time that he got to GOAT status, and he's never had to defend that throne as being a GOAT ever.
Bro, you're getting manipulated, man. You're like middle of America right now.
You sound like Marv One in that video I sent in the chat when he was talking with Royce the 5'9" about Nas.
He's done more with less good albums than maybe anybody else that didn't just have their career cut short because of XYZ thing happened. But he has. He hasn't dropped 4 classic albums. Like, we gotta stop talking about that shit like he was. I'm still telling you, I'll give him top 10. Sure. But I'm not giving him top 5. I refuse. Off of fucking what? Nah, man. I'm not doing it. Won't do it. I won't do it. He can be top. He can be 7, 8, 9, maybe. Around that range. But like, I mean, well, for the culture, that's why he's there. Because if he didn't have any cultural impact, the motherfucker would be 20. But he had cultural impact. He embodied rap in the 90s. All right, cool. But he's not top 5. But that's not disrespectful. He just take that LeBron James shit and shove it. You still good? You top 10?
But people, you act like Jay-Z, every single album Jay-Z put out was the best ever. Like,
No,
Jay-Z
but he
has
has,
bad
like,
albums.
It might have been.
No, you're wrong.
I mean, like,
Unfinished Business was good.
Reasonable Doubt, Volume 1, Volume 2,
Kingdom
classics.
Come was good.
Classic. Black Album, classic. Blueprint,
The Blueprint
classic.
2 was not good.
American Gangster, classic. I just named you
Blueprint
6
3 was
classic
not good.
albums.
The
I just named
Blueprint
you
2 or
6
3
classic
was
albums.
fodder.
444, 7 classic albums. What are we talking about?
The Best of
7
Both Worlds
classic
had like
albums.
one song. Then he did that
That
trash
doesn't
drink.
count. Do
He
you
did
count
the trash drink with
count
Kanye?
Distant Relatives with Nas?
Yes, I like that one.
And this is why, Reek, if you want to argue Nas shit with me, that's cool. G's banned from it because he likes distant relatives. He's banned talking Nas. He's banned talking Nas.
See,
Distant Relatives.
in all serious, I like blended genres.
When it's done well,
I thought that one wasn't bad. It wasn't
awful.
bad.
I expected more from a Marley and Nas.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. If you listen, I mean, I don't know what you guys listen to, but like I listen to a lot of reggae, I listen to a lot of ska. It's on par with stuff.
It was like, Lauryn Hill's Unplugged.
I got my bass here, like reggae is heavy bass. I liked it. I got to play bass to it.
There's a lot of Lauryn Hill Unplugged vibes in there. I just wanted
Holy Grail. Trash.
Holy Grail.
Wasn't a bad album.
Trash. But
Trash.
it's like one of Nas' throwaway albums. It's the same to me.
But listen, G, I just named you 7 classic albums. Like I said, Reasonable Doubt, Volume 1, Volume 2. That's more classic albums than Nas has right now.
Reasonable Doubt and Volume 1 are the only ones I like out of that.
The Black Album?
And Reasonable
Volume 2,
Doubt,
Black Album, 444, American Gangster.
The
For
Blueprint.
American, right? American Gangster. What are we talking about?
American Gangster is what?
Have you listened to it?
I went through most of his catalog just to make sure I wasn't tripping. Back when we were still working out at the at UB, and Reasonable Doubt was the only one I could play outside of a select few songs. Each album had like one or two where I'm like, all right, this is a decent song.
All I'm saying is he's got a greater body of work than Nas.
What story? Like everybody's Jay's telling the story of my life. Like what? No, you don't live that life.
Like I said, I just named you 6 or 7 classic albums. How many does your boy have?
Look,
how many does he have? How many does Nas have?
17.
Yeah, this is the point I'm making. Before you align yourself with G, just remember he can no longer talk Nas. If I'm not rational with Nas, neither is he.
I'm not, but I'm not gonna play distant relative to the battle. I'm just saying personally, I like it.
Keep that shit with you. I don't mind want to hear that shit.
Everybody has there's a fan service album. It's a homage to his pops, blues and jazz heavy. You know what I mean? Like he just come with a different background, and if
I don't care.
Some people don't like that sound. I do.
Shit. It was buns. Like I said,
that's why I like Tribe. Tribe is all like jazz. I like jazzy stuff.
That's fine. All I'm saying is Nas not top 5. Jay-Z's easily the best rapper of all time. It's not even close. There's no discussion. Now others may get there, but to say that, especially alive, there's not a rapper alive that's better than Jay-Z.
Put me together.
He survived.
Put me together a Jay-Z playlist. Tell me what I should be listening to, because I just might be listening to all his trash songs. Maybe I'm just
if you listen to all of his albums and you just
okay. Well, put me together the list that you can tell me is verified Jay-Z best of all time.
I don't know how you don't like American Gangster or 444.
That's a
good album. What's on American Gangster? I don't even know what's on that shit.
Your success took a shot at you. What are you gonna do? Become unsuccessful? Oh man, like are you serious?
Okay, like what is that? That's amazing to you?
No, just like that song. I'm tired of you.
He got songs with Nas. He got songs with Nas on this one. Of course, it's a classic. Nas on here.
I'm done. All I'm saying.
You should have told me that.
Listen, Nas.
They say you want a jazzy type album. American Gangster is like a jazzy type album.
I don't know I don't even know what it sounds like. Give me the playlist. Send me the.
So you lied. So you ain't listening to this shit. You full of shit. That's what I'm talking about.
I didn't make it.
You would like American Gangster.
I'm gonna give it a. Listen, I want to be on the same frequency.
Except maybe Hello Brooklyn, because Wayne is on it.
Hello Brooklyn was. I didn't get that shit. I was like, all right, why he on there?
Everybody act like Jay-Z beats be the best. They be simple as hell. They don't be trash, but they be simple as hell too.
Because he got so much talent. He doesn't need
3 tracks.
It's so much talent in there.
Like Nas needs really good beats because we see what happens. He doesn't get them. He does.
Anyway,
Nas rap
playlist.
over 3-stack beats, bongos and flutes.
It's talented, man.
That's the same flute that Andre had.
Talented.
He got the same setup.
Look,
Nas and Pac got the same problem. Just rap over anything.
Facts.
Factual. So, give me that playlist. Shoot me the playlist. Shoot me what do you use? What do you use? Apple? I don't use Apple. Can you put it on Spotify or something? YouTube.
American Gangster.
Nah.
Go search the shit. What the fuck you mean? You got Spotify.
I tried that.
Go look this shit up.
I keep picking the trash songs. So you got
Apple Music.
Listen to the whole album. Don't pick songs. Play
when you looking up Apple Music, even though I use Tidal.
Send him the Apple Music link.
Send me the title link.
The first thing on Jay-Z page under Essential Albums, 444, American Gangster, Black Album, Blueprint, Reasonable Doubt. That's 5 classics.
I like 3 songs on 444.
3.
But you like all 3 relatives. All right, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with
I didn't say
this. No, because you're being stupid. I'm tired of this shit. No, it doesn't make any sense. Dude.
Hey, hold on. I got some J on my playlist from 444. Let's see what's on. I probably got the hits. Ain't no B-sides.
I don't even think he only had one single, I think. Well, no, I take that back. Because he made Family Feud was a single, 444 was a single, Story OJ.
Yeah, that's all I got. I'm looking at my list. That's all I got on the list. I got more 2 Chainz on this list than Jay.
Yeah, that's not good.
I got all of Boats, Pretty Girls Love Trap. Come on, man. All I got is Moonlight, Story of OJ.
That's it?
Wonder why you ain't got the good shit. Get the fuck out of here, G.
I listened to Reasonable Doubt. Like, okay, so I will say this. When I had my first argument, I was gonna say that Reasonable Doubt was trash. I went back and listened, I was like, okay, this shit dope, right? Reasonable Doubt. I give you Reasonable Doubt. What was the next one you said?
Volume 1, Volume 2,
Volume
Black
1
album.
I'm Volume
American
1
Gangster.
cut
American
in half.
Gangster, The Blueprint.
Each of these only got a few songs that, and I probably don't even like the songs that I like. Everybody else probably hate.
This shit is crazy. That's fine. I'm just saying he got
Blueprint
6
is a
classic
certified
albums.
classic.
He has at
Blueprint.
least 6 classic albums.
Let me see.
You can't name me a rapper right now that has 6 classic albums. Period.
LeBron.
I'm not even responding to that. I'm not even gonna respond to that because you're just trolling. Get me off my shit. But you know what? Nas ain't got 6 classic albums. Nas ain't got 5 classic albums.
They don't
He
even
got 4
got
classic albums.
They don't even got Blueprint on here. That's how trash it is.
No, because he took his rights back.
He took, yeah.
That's why. Because he's a
Trash.
smart businessman too. Nas got all his shit on there. You know why?
We're not talking about, well, we can't add businessman
Shit.
because Jay will automatically win if you add businessman.
I mean, obviously he's better at everything.
Yeah,
He's better.
Nas drunk his money for 20 years.
Yeah.
Hennessy, what are you chasing? His money back.
Nas drunk so much he actually has a song, Drunk by Myself.
Sad motherfucker. It's okay. Again, he's a top 10, guys. I'll give you that, but I'm not going to argue that. Oh, Reek, I know you're late. You want to... I told...
Blueprint?
Yes, Blueprint. That is a magnificent body of work.
Hold on. Let me hear it. I forgot what this song sounds like.
Like, how is he? This is what I'm saying.
Trash.
Okay.
Takeover. I mess with that.
That's what you should be, boy.
Trash.
What's trash?
Izzo.
It was a single.
I like girls. You got to be in the mood for it. Jigga, of course, that's fire. Jigga. You don't know? Okay, I'll give you that. Jovito, not for me.
Heart of the City, Song Cry,
I didn't get there yet.
Man, yo, shut the fuck up, G. You're making me mad. You're really making me mad. Stop playing with me.
Okay, let me give you the count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 songs I like on this one.
4 songs.
5 because I like Eminem. I like Renegade with Eminem.
What 5?
I give you Takeover, Girls, Heart of the City, Song Cry, Renegade.
The Ruler's Back?
Nope, didn't like it.
Ain't No Love? Song Cry?
I said that. Those are when I said.
All I Need, Lyrical Exercise.
All I Need. Let me hear this.
I'm not. You listen to 10. You know what? G trolling. I'm done.
I like Lyrical Exercise. Okay, I forgot. I like this one. Okay. I forgot I like that one. Okay.
You know
that's not a classic.
That's a classic album.
I'll give you Blueprint. I was trolling on Blueprint. I'll give you Blueprint, but not 2 or 3 at all.
Volume 1, Volume 2. You're saying no.
What is Volume 1?
Dude, go look.
Where I'm From is on Volume 1.
Let me see what's on Volume 1.
The City Is Mine. Friend or Foe. Dude.
The 1,000,001 Questions intro is on that. Imaginary Place. Streets Watching, Friend or Foe.
What are you talking about?
Rap game, crack game. It
Wait,
sampled your voice. She was using it wrong.
Bars.
Who You With is on there.
You gonna say?
Let me see what's on here.
He has some shit on there. What are you talking about?
Let me see. City is Mine. I like that. What else we got? Friend of Foe. I like that one.
You just you trolling at this point. You know you're just trolling at this point.
I like Rap Game, Crack Game. Everything else. I might need to hear the beat for everything else. I don't remember how they sound. Those are the only ones I remember.
So you literally are looking at shit, not remembering how it sounds, but trying to tell us he ain't got classic albums. See a fucking problem with that shit?
But it's not monumental to me if I don't remember it.
I think you full of shit.
If I don't remember it, it's not.
I think you're full of shit. And it's okay. I'm looking at these albums now and I'm just thinking like, dude, these albums was nasty. Nasty.
I pulled it up. City is Mine. I give you that, even though that's kind of, it's kind of corny to like that one, honestly.
I mean, like
the Little Kim one. Throw that away.
I mean, I thought Blueprint 2 was good.
Nah. Let me see. Don't Like Streets is Watching. Friend or Foe. Sure, I guess. Lucky Me. Nah. Foxy Brown. I messed with Foxy Brown one. Who You With? Let's see.
Who You With is a classic song right there.
I like that one, yeah. I like Who You With. 3, so that's 3. 4 with Rap Game, Crack Game. 4. Okay, where I'm from. I just heard it. I know.
Yeah.
My bad.
You know what?
Yeah, so 5. No, man, I just don't. 5 is good nowadays. 2020 era, 5 tracks is good.
Because albums be 9 tracks long.
5 is a good number. I mean, back then when you was dropping, you had to drop 21 for it to get counted. I don't know if 5's cutting it.
All I got to say, G, is you're full of shit. Because you're going through like, I don't remember this song. Oh, I heard it now. Yeah, that was fire.
Yeah, but I went through it.
I'm not doing that shit with Nas. I'm not going through being like, yo, that shit was fire. You right.
I bet you would. I bet
you.
I'm not. You can't help but not to like some of Nas.
When that nasty ass beat hit, I'm gonna be like, nope.
You gotta let it sit. You gotta let it marinate.
Nah.
Some
Bad
Nas
Food marinates
albums,
is just still not good. I'm sorry.
Yeah, some Nas albums just can't do like Street Disciple.
Gotta let it marinate. Street Disciple. Let me go back to it.
When shit marinates, it's still just shit at the end of the day.
Street Disciple's pretty bad.
It's awful.
I'm a Nas fan. I like maybe 2 songs. It's a double album.
Double pack of trash. Sorry.
Nas literally rapped on anything on that album.
Yeah, I don't like this album.
See?
Yeah.
That was like I was if I knew Nas personally, I would have asked him if he was all right when that album came out.
The intro fire though.
The what?
The intro fire.
He normally has fire intros. Just the rest of it. Nas normally don't have bad intros. It's just
bad albums. Bad albums.
I mean, I'm not gonna hold you. We're not gonna drag this on. I'm biased, so I can. I'm listening to a couple songs. It's like I don't like it, but if it was on in the background at a low volume, I'd be cool.
The fuck. All right, you know what?
I'm listening to Street Disciple one night. If I just had it on in the background, I feel woke.
Anyways,
I might go to sleep.
I'm gonna definitely go to sleep. I got one more thing. And this is for you, Reek. I'm gonna give you the floor because I want you to talk about your boy here.
Who's that?
Um,
Tyler Perry?
I want you to. I won't
be too long on Tyler Perry.
Well,
you know, I get his impact. But yeah, he gives me Percy vibes. Because what he's done, I saw his like compound on Open House, but the fact that you're working people like a slave to act on your shows, and then you're not letting anybody write them, just like, you can be doing more.
Now,
like, it's don't sit there and tell me the ratings drop, because I don't know nobody watching shows, period. Even though a lot of people do, I'm sure, but I don't know anybody that really watches them personally.
My mother-in-law watches, I think, that Have Not show.
Oh, okay, so it's like, yeah, but he, like, as many shows as he has, why does he feel that he needs to write all of the scripts? Like, hire some writers, man.
So two things on this, on Mr. Tyler Perry. Number one, he reminds me of Shonda Rhimes.
Yeah.
The writing, and I fashion myself as a pseudo writer, feels very predictable, very soap opera-y, and I feel like it robs characters of being complex. More so him, but characters seem very, very simple. I'm the prototypical absentee father. I'm the prototypical, as I know it to be, crackhead. I'm the prototypical, whatever. I feel like that is a problem. I feel like if you don't have more people in the writer's room, you have that. Now,
right, and that's where I get the Percy vibes from.
Yeah.
You're just trying to put out so much product that the content isn't where it should be.
But I'll say this, though. That man's supposedly worth $1 billion now. He's done better than Percy. And
I ain't taking that away from him.
He's essential. He's essential to Black cinema and TV and marketing because he makes stuff that's really just supposedly for us. I do think, I didn't always feel that way. So I used to think, this shit is some of the worst shit I've ever seen in just terms of just content. But I mean, he speaks to Black America somehow, some way.
I think he speaks to a certain part of Black America.
Yeah, I don't know if we going to which part, but we know what part he speaks to.
We get deeper into it later.
You gotta let the people know what you mean. Which part of Black America? You said what?
The super Christian church going folk.
His church, the South. Like it's like his target is like it's one type of Black folk. It isn't for him to have all of that. He can write stuff to touch every base of Black folks. But the thing is, I don't think he wants to diversify like that.
Yeah. Because he ruins, I think in his mind, he messes up his core base the minute he strays away from, the minute he puts his name behind something that isn't on brand with what he's been putting out, it's when he loses his core base. Because everybody feels like they can take their kids or it's a family thing or this is going to be something that's acceptable for secular entertainment.
Right.
I mean, but he made $1 doing it though, so it's not like
right. But and that's my thing. You have enough now to where you can start experimenting and then bringing in more people to diversify your work. Like even if you just let people use your studio and like, which I think he is now, people filming stuff there at the studio, but then just letting, hey, we'll write certain things under your umbrella. Like it's almost like he has to have too much control over everything instead of like letting people just do stuff that's under like Will Smith, like Overbrook. You know, anytime she overbooked, that's Will Smith. But you see a different variety of films under that. With Tyler Perry, like you have Tyler Perry Studios, but you can have more, you can have different things on it. Like you can do more than just going to that one demographic.
It sucks. I hope that there's like some mentoring going on, but from what you're saying, it's like it's kind of difficult for you to mentor somebody as far as like getting them in the space to write when you're so controlling, if that's true.
Right. When you're writing everything, that's why there's no growth in the characters. There's really no growth in the shows. They're all the same because one man is writing every show. So of course you can't really think that deep on a character or develop anything. Like all your stories are gonna start sounding the same, seeing the same story, seeing the same episode. Like you can look at his shows and like, okay, you've seen this episode on some other black show in the 90s somewhere. Like you can, it's easy to do that.
It's not a lot of differences. I mean, even like that's why I say Shonda Rhimes, because I think she tries more. But have you seen what she writes? Because she wrote Grey's Anatomy, and then she wrote the other shit, Hollywood Murder and what's her name, whatever, Scandal. They're all the same.
Yeah,
They're all the same type, different settings, different main characters, but like in terms of like there's a certain touch or a feel that they all tend to have. And I think she mentioned trying to get more people to write because I feel like you need that to have the story go a different place. And I feel like he doesn't do that. Although,
but that's why I think like even though he gives a lot of black actors jobs or whatever, I think the behind the scenes stuff or the actual creative part of it, he doesn't do enough of letting black folks in.
And that's where you see people wanting to go now. They don't want to just act. People want to go and produce,
right?
Executive produce, like
yeah. So you look at like I said, I used Overbrook as an example earlier. You look at like what's the movie? Lakeview Terrace. That's an Overbrook movie. That's completely different from Charm City Kings. You know what I mean? Like, but he's allowing people to be creative. We're just going to put it under this umbrella. But it's not just, you know, if you come with a good project, then we'll put it out. We'll fund it. But Tyler Perry just seems like he has to control all the projects.
What type of like shows does he even have? Because like only ones I saw have been like those corny laugh track sitcoms.
Yeah, that's what he has mostly.
He's
has like
into some dramas, but I mean, honestly, like deadass, it really feels like a soap opera. It's a bunch of like
it gives you that feel,
drama type shit. Like I said, the have and the have nots are one of them. He's done some other movies that weren't like Medea based, but again, I think when when you're one person, you're gonna have one way to present things, and that's what it is. Like his style is very apparent in the laugh track sitcoms, in the quote unquote drama sitcom, in the movies. Like only thing that's kind of different is Medea because that's just a bunch of fucking jokes the whole time, and him in a fucking fat suit, which sometimes it should be funny. I can't hold you. Sometimes I'd be like, it's kind of funny, but like it's not necessarily unique. It always feels like, same
and it's always those scenes too that are funny. It's like everything else is kind of hit or miss, but it's like the scenes with Medea.
You're right. You could just everything you see in the trailer. That's all the funny. That's all the funny parts. That's the part.
Yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah. When you see the trailer, you see the movie.
That's fair. I will say this. Even if he never changes, this motherfucker's essential. He's essential.
I don't take that away from him.
He's essential. We need more.
Yeah, I don't take that away from him. I'm saying, and I don't want to be like, okay, in the position, like telling people what to do with their position, but I do think that he should have more of an outlet for Black creatives. Should be allowed to create more under his umbrella, even though he's letting people come in and use the studio and all that stuff. That's great, but it's not really. It's people from the outside coming in using it. Under his thing, it's like, yeah, you're not really, And then you say, oh, I let other people write and the ratings went down. Well, why don't you do a better job of coaching him into what you want, or maybe embrace the idea of somebody might not want to do a coon show.
There it is.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Maybe somebody
mean,
wants to write something a little bit different.
I do want to see more of that in cinema, and I think that's why him, Will Smith, there's a couple others. It's important that they get the ability to grow these studios because we don't run our own media, and that's the problem.
Right, and
There's
that's
an outlet for those types of things, and I think you make a good point. Bring people up and let them. I'm not saying take a hit on the money, but I'm saying give them the space to try different things and to let another voice be heard. Because if there's more voices like us in media that run studios that produce, for work, then it's like, all right, we can have more of a say and tell more stories and not just tell slave stories or racism stories or, coon stories, as you said. If we're going to talk about the same shit, it's never going to be any diversification because we're just telling the same old fucking story. So I think that's fair.
Right.
Tell a happy story, man. We ain't all like deadbeats. Everybody ain't single mothers.
Right.
Right. Come with something different. It's just different walks of life. You can afford to try it now. You see other, I don't want to stick on this too long, but you see other movie studios, they don't just designate one type of movie. Like all the white studios have, even Disney, they don't have the same type of movies in their studios. So it's just like, Fox Studios or whatever studio, you have a studio like that. Spread it out, diversify it.
I think it's getting there though. I think, like y'all was saying, he's essential. I think there's enough people in the world where there's something for everybody. So I'm cool. If he wants to keep making these all his life, as long as he's letting us use that studio, I don't care.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I had, guys.
Right. Yeah. So I don't have nothing else.
Good.
I'm gonna go listen to some Jay, and I'm gonna get back to y'all.
Fuck you.